Hi everyone, my name is Emily Walsh, and for my thesis, I decided to write about William Shakespeare's The Tempest. I've always been incredibly interested in the character of Caliban in this play. To me, Caliban comes across as a character who's marginalized and oppressed by other characters in The Tempest. This originally sparked my interest in him when I first read the play several semesters ago, and became a starting point for a majority of my research on the project. The Tempest contains many themes surrounding magic, something also that really interests me in Shakespeare's work overall. In The Tempest, magic means a desire for mastery over nature, a mastery that is synonymous with the imperial and colonial project that Caliban experiences every day in an unwilling and forced servitude to Prospero. Caliban respects and loves nature, especially on the island, his home. He doesn't need to master it or have any kind of authority over it. All magic aspires to do is dominate nature for personal gain, something that Caliban never wants. Despite the fact that his mother was a witch, she dies somewhere before the play begins. Caliban doesn't have any magical abilities, but these magical abilities are in the way that you and I would typically think of them. However, even if it appears like Caliban doesn't have magical powers, he does, though, through his love and mastery over nature on the island. That is the crux of my argument for my thesis, and one that I uncovered through reading and learning about magic, race, and colonialism within the 17th century British Empire.
Caliban! Thou earth, thou, speak! There's other business for thee! Come thou, tortoise, when?
Poisonous slave got by the devil himself upon thy wicked dam.
Come forth!
Both Prospero and Ariel, who's a sprite that lives on the island that the characters find themselves on, use magic and specifically use it against Caliban to trap him on the island. But despite their more literal magical abilities, they fail to understand the magic present in the nature around them. Be not afeard, the isle is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twanging instruments will hum about mine ears. Caliban says that when describing the mystifying beauty of the landscape around him. It is through this thoughtful prose that we can see Caliban's love of the nature of his island come through. Despite what we may understand about Caliban's mastery of nature, Caliban's possession of such natural powers at the time would have been synonymous with the themes of black magic. Black magic contrasts against Prospero's white magic. For many years, scholars did not recognize the racial connotations of words such as white, black, light, and dark, and it is vital to recognize that binaries of black and white created and contributed to concepts of race throughout literature, especially throughout The Tempest. Because of that, examples of Caliban's magic can be seen in the practices of juju from West Africa, especially from the areas such as Nigeria and Cameroon, where Caliban's knowledge and mastery of the natural world would have equated him to the likeness of a priest magician, or a person who understands the nature of climate and the forms of energy in the universe and can therefore control them. Caliban's mastery of nature would have been equated to ideas of black magic at the time this play was written, especially because Caliban's character is a person of color. Prospero's magic would have been seen as white, despite the ways in which he uses it to oppress, subjugate, and control Caliban throughout the text as a symbol of colonization. The main difference between how Caliban and Prospero get their magic, naturally and through books, is another piece of this puzzle that lends itself to my overall argument. These are the ideas with direct examples from The Tempest that I bring forth in my thesis. As you can see, their implications are vast, but I'm excited to share my argument with you all today. So, thank you for taking the time to watch my video, and I look forward to the opportunity to discuss further with you. Thanks so much.
Urchins shall work all exercise on thee. Thou shalt be pinched as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bees at Maydom.
This island is mine!